Well, I was molested as a child, and throughout my whole life, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. But then at some point, I couldn't use that situation as a crutch in my life. I had to look in my own mirror and decide that I wanted to do something different about my life.
Okay, this is Jamie Foster Brown. I'm back. I'm bringing you Sister to Sister 2.0. One said, and I have this lovely woman here today. Can you see her? Can you see this bald head? It is perfect. It's perfect. Look at her skin. A gallon of water a day. Who does that? Who knows how to do that? How do you drink that? All at one time?
No, I drink it throughout the course of the day.
Oh, by the way, this is Cheron K Griffin, honey.
Hi.
Y'all about to get to know her. She is an author, a freedom coach, a lifestyle hacker. We got to find out about hacking.
Yes.
A dating consultant, a divorce guru, and contributor to Hype magazine. She got a little husband over there. He all cute and everything. They dressing kind of cute and y'all dressing alike. Got on the same little mustard colored tops. Okay. She's a powerhouse. How many times she been married?
5.
You see what I'm saying? Some of us ain't been married one time, so we got to figure out why is she here and why she gonna tell us her story. She's gonna share with us. I'm so happy to have her here with me.
Thank you.
Thank
I appreciate
you. You live here right here in Atlanta.
We live in Houston.
You live in Houston?
Yes.
How is it with the flooding?
It was okay for us.
Okay.
Now for other people,
but we have to care about other people.
And that's true, absolutely.
Okay.
I do, but for us, it was good.
Okay. And you, can you grow your hair? What's your hair?
I can grow my hair.
How was it before?
I had locks down to my butt.
You had locks?
Yes.
Why'd you get rid of them?
Transitioning in life.
Transition. And it's okay to transition. It's okay to transition. It's okay to change.
Yes.
It's okay to fail. And it's okay to get up again. We don't want anybody feeling like they're not worthy, because if God put you down here on earth, you're worthy as far as we're concerned. Is that
That's right.
Okay?
Yes.
Well, tell me about this book. Wait a minute. Let's put our glasses on.
Okay.
Okay. We think we cute. Okay. She's going to teach us. What are you teaching us today?
Well, I'm going to talk about I see you.
You see me?
Yes, I do see you.
I know you do.
And those yellow glasses represent joy.
Okay.
Spiritually, yellow represents joy.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
So just because I put them on, are you saying that I have joy? What are you saying to me
I'm
right
saying
now?
I see you and you are loved. So regardless of what you're going through, what you're struggling with, who you are at this particular time, I see you and you are loved.
And you accept me for what I am?
All of you.
Okay.
Yes, no judgments.
I've had no judgments. How do I get to that place? Is that what you want us all to feel about one another?
Self-love and self-care. Sometimes we have to go through some situations to get us to that particular place, but you have to choose to be happy. You have to choose to love yourself. You have to choose to incorporate self-care into your life.
All right. Help me do that.
Okay.
Give me a situation, and how do I choose to do that? I came up with a father who was beating us, if we did anything wrong, I've seen, not necessarily in my family, but I've seen men and women beating each other and, being pushed down, told you're dumb, you're stupid, especially in school.
Okay.
I'm not the smartest person in class.
Okay.
And I see other people over there and the teacher favors them, actually giving them extra assignments. I was so jealous that the teacher would give extra assignments, because that meant that the teacher felt that they could do more, that they were smarter, they were better than the rest of us. That was a funny feeling, right?
Yes.
It was contradictory.
Well, can I use me?
Yeah, use you all day long.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I was molested as a child, and throughout my whole life, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. But then at some point, I couldn't use that situation as a crutch in my life. I had to look in my own mirror and decide that I wanted to do something different about my life. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result, it's called insanity, so they say. But I decided I was going to choose to win. I was going to choose to love myself. I was going to choose to care for me.
Give me the first example.
Yes.
Okay. So with us, we never just talk around this, the periphery. I want to go right in. Give me an example, because a lot of times when we're talking about things like around here, I'm not smart.
Okay.
So you need to really paint the picture.
Okay.
Write it out. Give me the example so that I can say, aha.
Okay.
Aha moments are very important.
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
talking about me. I've gone through that.
Okay.
Okay. So give me an example.
So what I did, I had to choose to forgive my uncle.
Oh.
I wrote a letter to him, and I just put it on top of a dresser. I sealed it up, put it on top of a dresser. But that was my way of healing myself. I had to find closure in that situation.
And he wasn't there.
He wasn't there. He was murdered. But
okay,
I
but you
felt
had to,
that.
yes, you had to address it.
Right. But I also felt that God was protecting me when he was murdered, if that makes sense.
No, okay, tell me about that.
Now he couldn't touch me again.
Okay. Oh, okay. So God was protecting you
To allow him.
not allow him to come in there again.
That's right.
Okay. And so had you tried to tell anybody else about it?
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, because let's see that people don't understand that this is hard, isn't it?
This is going to be interesting, but my grandmother caught him.
You're kidding me.
She did. And she told me to go outside, and
How old were you?
I was about 6 or 7. And she beat him, but she never told my mom. I always loved my grandmother unto her death. However, I felt that as a family member, she should have at least told my mom. I think that I needed some counseling, some talk therapy, something to deal with those issues. But in the black family, we tend not to deal with the real issues.
Okay, so how old was he at the time?
He was 16 or 17.
Oh, okay. He was 16 or
Yes.
17, and he was messing around with you.
Yes.
And she beat him.
Yes.
Did he apologize or what happened?
No.
None of that.
No, it was like it never happened. And that's
Oh,
unfortunate
that's even worse.
in so many families. It
Yes,
never happened.
yes.
Don't talk about it. Don't say anything. What goes on in the house stays in the house. And that's affecting so many of our children to this day, and adults, because there's a lot of adult women that's also broken.
Okay, so if what goes on in the house stays in the house, okay, but it doesn't stay in the house. It stays in you.
It stays in your
You.
heart. So wherever you go, you're taking it with you.
So people listening today, or young women or boys listening today, how do they, because sometimes if you go and tell these stories, you get beaten.
That's true, but sometimes you gotta take the high road. You're gonna have to talk to somebody, whether it's a friend, whether it's a therapist, a coach, a preacher, whoever you can confide in. But sometimes it's important to get it out.
Okay, you couldn't have done that at 6 or 7 years old, but
I think these kids
could you have done today?
I think these kids talk about stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
But back then, you couldn't have done that.
I was afraid. I was afraid, and
Right.
we need to have these conversations. We definitely do. About all the things that take place in our homes that's affecting us, that's killing us, that's causing stress, that's causing suicide, that's causing anxiety. A lot of that is happening these days in alarming rates, especially suicide.
So how did this affect you during, as you grew up? You were married 5 times.
Yes.
Why is that? What happened? You
I
can't
think
make
I
good
was-
choices? Or
Well,
what?
some people might say I didn't, and I didn't. I
You
was
didn't have
looking.
this-
No,
okay.
I didn't make good choices. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, and I thought that if someone just touched me or rubbed me or had sex with me, then that was love. Until I got to know who I was.
That's interesting that you said that. You knew that you were being violated when
Yes.
you were 6 years old.
Yes.
But when people touched you or hugged you or something, you felt that was love.
Right.
How is that?
Transference of spirits.
What does that mean? Tell me that.
Basically, it means that what has affected you, that sometimes you go out, you desire or you do. a lot of times molesters molest.
Yes.
You know, alcoholics, if you were brought up in that type of environment, they become alcoholics. No different.
So this is her book. I See You. She sees me and all of us, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if they read, but it's like a child's book. Why is that? Tell me that.
You know why? We live in the life of emojis.
Yes, we look like an emoji right now. Don't
yes, especially my bald head.
And my wig.
It's beautiful.
That's my glam squad over there. So
they're beautiful as well.
They are.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we live in so with like emojis, is this meant for grown-ups or is it meant for everybody?
You know, whoever can identify, because the main thought is, I see you and you are loved.
So how did you get married? Some of us can't get one man.
And that's true. That's true.
What's true? That some of us can't get one man?
Yes. So when people like judge me, I be like, well, how many times you've been married? None. Oh, okay.
No, but I want to know how you pulling all those men, not leaving nothing for nobody else.
No, that's not true.
What is
but
that?
It's lots of men out
Why
here.
are they attracted to you? I mean, you're beautiful, but there are a lot of beautiful girls out
Yeah, and
there.
that's what I always say. I think it's my confidence and my fire, and I don't take any shit.
Okay, what the?
It's you like it or you don't. I'm not going to change who I am to make you feel better, and that's how I live my life. Period. And they gravitate to that.
How you make your money?
How do I make my money? Well, sometimes I do some speaking, but I am a life coach. So
Okay, so people can hire you.
people can actually hire me.
So how much you charge? I mean, I need you. So how much would you charge me? And no special dispensations. How much
My
would you charge?
monthly rate is $1,500.
A month.
Yes.
Okay. How many times do you meet with me?
Well, unlimited for those who take that. And currently I'm coaching a pastor.
Let's get to them. You need to coach a multitude of pastors.
Oh, I do.
Because
I do.
they need help more than anybody.
And I totally agree with that. And I was married to 2 pastors. So now that I've healed from that and I've forgiven, I can identify with how some of them might feel in this.
All right.
Yes.
You done had 5 husbands.
Yes.
2 of them pastors.
Yes.
Okay. So now there's an adjustment made for you, or no, when you're dealing with those different guys, or not.
No.
Nah.
They like fire. They like
Explain
sexy.
to me about fire. Wait a minute, let me take a little water.
Okay.
Let's have some water before we talk about fire.
You-
I'm
okay.
getting a little parched here. You can have some water?
Yes, ma'am. I'll
You drink
some
5
water.
gallons of
No,
water? a
1
day?
gallon. 1 gallon.
Oh,
Yes.
man, I made it up to 5. You see how I exaggerate?
Okay.
I need some water. Okay, teach me how. That's why none of us have any men out here.
No,
'cause
that's
you take
not
it all
true.
of them.
No.
Okay.
There's plenty to go around.
I'm gonna
It's
sit you in
billions
a
of people.
jail somewhere.
Why?
After you done with this, but she can't leave you. Okay.
No, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not.
What's his name?
Camille. I call him Honey Bunny. Everyone knows him as Honey Bunny
Bunny.
because people on social media are so newsy that I don't want them interrupting with what I got going on. Now I can identify with, and I can actually allow them to share with me openly and honestly about how they feel. And the one thing that most of them say is they don't have anyone to confide in.
That's good.
If they go to another pastor, it might get spread amongst other pastors. Which is true. You don't know who to trust. That's just like a celebrity. You don't know who you can talk to, who's going to say anything about you or spread your gossip or what you have going on in your life. And I feel like I'm that person. I'm that confidant that you can talk to, not be judged. I'm going to talk to you real. I might cuss a little, whatever, but they like that. They don't want anyone.
Well, they're human.
Right.
They're still human. So.
Right. And they don't want you coming to with the thieves and the thousand, oh God, and no, look, bitch, you need to straighten up.
They can be bitches too.
Yeah, you know, like
A lot of bitches.
you know, just that's how I communicate.
Okay.
You
But
know.
how do they meet you? How do they know you? How do
I was actually referred.
Okay. Wait, you were referred as a coach.
Yes.
Wait a minute, hold up. So you were referred as a coach, and then you wound up marrying him?
No. I'm
Oh.
just saying how I got
I
my
was gonna
current
ask you, was
pastor
that-
client.
okay.
How I got to meet him. I was on a 5-week self-care journey in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And he came down for 4 days to sleep with the chicas.
Okay. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So he comes down there to have himself a sexapade,
Right.
and he meets you.
I just happened to
God
be
sends
standing
this
to
baby
him.
right down there. You ran into him.
Yeah, we were just standing next to each other in the club. And he said, "You're not from here, are you?" And I said, "No." And then we start talking, and we got on birthdays. We share the same birthday.
What were you doing in the club?
I was actually just standing around. I was already there for 5 weeks. I was on my 5th week.
Doing what?
Just self-care. It was all
Okay.
about me.
Okay.
It was
All
all
right.
about, okay,
Okay.
God, what we're here for.
Okay, so what do you do when you go to the club? If it's all about
I was just
you and
standing there.
But why were you in the club in the first place?
Normally, I don't go to clubs in
yeah.
far countries
Right.
when I'm by myself.
Right.
But I said, okay, I'm going to go out tonight. I'm going to catch a cab there, and I'll catch a cab back. That way I know I'm safe. And I was just standing there listening
Why
to
that
the
club?
music. That was the happening place on the strip.
Okay.
So that's how
See,
I
I'm
got
looking
there.
at how God sets it. He'll
Yeah,
set
and
you
God
up.
does set us up.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
I just happened to be there.
Okay.
It was the happening spot on that strip.
Mm-hmm.
Went in, just standing there, talking to guys here and there. We happened to be right next to each other and started talking. He asked me.
What did he ask you?
He said, "You're not from here, are you?" And I said, "No, I'm not." And then we just started communicating. We got on birthdays. My birthday's July 26th. His birthday is July 26th.
Is that Leo?
We are Leos. We pulled out our driver's license. And it was
That's
on
just
and
like a
popping.
Leo. Pull it out some damn driver's license. Who
It
does that?
It was
I don't
on and
understand.
popping since then.
How long did it take before you all got married?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, so this is interesting. So what did he tell you what he was doing? Are you interested in what he's doing, or are you just interested in the man? Is that important when we're meeting someone for the first time?
I'm interested in the total person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know all about you. A lot of women date to get married. I'm just dating you. I might find a friend, a business partner, a lover, whatever. So I don't focus on, oh, is this my husband, like so many women do. I'm like, oh, let's kick it. Let's have fun. So if you're in a wheelchair, I wheel your ass into the club, wherever. I don't give a fuck, right? It is what it is.
That is so cute. That is so cute because I used to see this couple.
Okay.
He's in the wheelchair and she's sitting on the arm of the wheelchair,
Uh-huh.
electric wheelchair, riding down the street, going on a date.
Exactly, and there's
I
a
thought
lot
it
of
was
women.
so happening.
There's a lot of women sitting home because they wouldn't date that particular gentleman.
Exactly. And a lot of our men today are they're broken
Yes.
because what has been done to our community and particularly to our men.
I agree.
You know,
Right. You know.
so does a man have to be perfect? What is he?
I don't think a person has to be perfect. I'm not perfect. When I came to him, I wasn't perfect. I was on a self-care journey. When we started dating, there were certain triggers, but I had to fight through the triggers. I wouldn't even let him know.
What was the
certain
trigger?
things.
Give me a trigger.
Say, for instance, if he held his cell phone, if he turned it the opposite
So
way
that you wouldn't
down,
see what he was
yeah,
on.
that was a trigger for me. But I would never say anything. Well, I said something once. I was like, "Why the hell you be putting
Why the
your
hell?
phone down? Why the fuck?
What?
You be
Why you
putting
gotta
your
talk to
phone
him
down
like that? Why you have to
well,
talk to
that's
him like
how it was. But then, as time went on,
Okay.
and he was very consistent in
So
who
you
he
were
was.
hostile.
I'm
In a sense.
I'm always like that. I'm just
Okay.
fire. I'm gonna just say it.
Okay, but wait a minute. Because there's a way you say it.
That's true.
That matters.
But you know what?
What?
Men don't like, oh, baby, why you put your phone down? They want to say, why the fuck? They be like, oh, I love her. She's the
Really?
bestest.
Really?
Oh, I'm so in love. There has been studies
Okay.
about that men love crazy women. And I'm not crazy.
Oh, I believe
I'm
that.
not crazy
I
like
believe
cray
that.
cray. I'm crazy fun. But there have been studies that say that.
Was there anything particular that happened while you all were dancing on the floor?
Well, actually, we went upstairs. The Dominican guy was trying to hit on me too at the same time, so it was like a battle between us. So anyway, he asked me to dance. We went upstairs. He asked me to dance, and he held my purse. And I said, "That's a gentleman."
He held your purse.
He held my purse. You don't find that too often.
They don't. They be like, I ain't heard no purse.
He just took it.
That doesn't mean anything for you, but it means a lot.
It meant a lot for me.
Yeah, for you, it
was
means
a
a lot.
gentleman.
My husband didn't care what nobody said. He was like, I'm all about her.
Aww,
All
that's how it
about
should
me.
be.
Why am I wearing these yellow glasses? What do they mean?
I See You and You Are Loved. My latest book on suicide prevention
Tell
and
me about this
igniting
book.
hope. Basically, I was doing some substitute teaching back in 2015, and I asked the young people, I said, what are the issues of the children today? And they said suicide. And we talked, and we cried. I mean, there was no dry eye in the room. And
How old were they? About?
Teenagers. 11th, 12th grade. And some of the stories I couldn't believe. You know, one young man, white guy, he said how he tried to commit suicide, and his mother also tried to commit suicide previously.
His mother did too?
Yeah, because the father had left the family unit, and he was responsible for being the man of the house now. The father was with the secretary now. So just hearing those types of stories, and that's why I said we need people to talk to, whether it's friends or whatever, because so many people hide things in their heart and they don't know how to get out, and they're stuck, and they don't want to be stuck. But who can I trust? Who can I really talk to?
Exactly.
How can I get through this particular journey in my life right now? Because it's a 911, it's an ICU, it's an emergency at that point. And we tend to be so self-absorbed in our society right now. But people
What do you mean by
people.
that? That we're self-absorbed?
It's all about me. And it's okay to be about you, but it should be about somebody else too. Whether you're giving them a smile today, because a smile can save a life. You know, a touch. Girl, you okay? You know, if you see somebody acting a little different, what's up? You know, talk to me. And in the sharing, we don't have to go back and tell other people what has been shared, but take it to your heart, communicate, try to get that person to make it another day.
I think that sometimes we're afraid of that because people do share everything. This is a sharing, it's a sharing society for hate. You understand?
Yes.
And you're afraid to talk to someone about it because they may share it on their into whatever
Instagram,
their device,
social media,
Instagram, and all
whatever.
that. You know, how do you know? How can you trust anyone? How do you know what to trust? Because
Trust a stranger. You don't know. Just sit down and start talking. I've been at some bar and grill, sitting at a bar, and people will just talk to me. You know, I've been on a dance floor in Texas, in Dallas, and someone ministered to me on a dance floor. So you don't know who
How do
you're
they
going
minister to you
They
on
just
the
start
dance? What do they say?
talking life into me. I can't
Okay.
even remember.
You don't even remember what they said?
exactly what it was, but I know it was God using them to talk to me on the dance floor. So we need to stop limiting God's spirit, whatever you want to call it, and how he can move in our lives. Because people do care. You know, people want people to talk to them sometimes, because them talking to them could save their life as well.
It's so funny because, especially for children, I'm extremely concerned about our children because of the bullying.
Yes.
This is something my sister just sent me something on this psychologist who was talking about the fact that the brain is not really even completely formed until you're 25.
Okay.
But this bullying stuff is coming at you so early. How do you deal with that, you know? And I mean, we as grown people are bullied. We're bullied at our jobs. We're bullied from girlfriends. We're scared to go into a nightclub because what is she wearing and how is her hair? Didn't she wear that last week? And that sort of thing. How do we put up walls up against that? I mean, do I come back to you and say, they were talking about my blouse. I wore it 2 times, not in a row, but in 2 weeks, and they were talking about, you know, my blouse. What would you say to me about that?
I think with bullying, and I'm speaking from a child's point of view, I think that parents need to take more of a stance in their children's lives. You know, when you know that your child is being bullied and it's continuous, you need to be at the school. You need to be with the school board, talking to a superintendent or something. When my child was bullied, I went to the school and I pulled the child off the school bus and I said, you touch my child one more time, I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to beat your mother's ass. Then I called the mother and I said, your child touch my child one more time, I'm going to beat your ass. Child never came back to school. I was fine with that. I'm not going to be a parent where you're going to constantly harass my kid. That's just me though. But I think parents need to be more involved in their children's lives and not, oh, it's just going to be okay. No, it's not going to be okay.
No, it's
Anytime
not.
my child is coming home afraid, no, it's not going to be okay. And we're going to take a stand against this. However I got to do it to save your life, we're going to do that. That's just me though.